Regina Caeli, In today's meditation, our Blessed Mother reminds us that when called to the apostolate, there's a weapon that we have that is always at our disposal, which is the number one most powerful weapon that we have, and the most indispensable one at the same time, and that, of course, is the weapon of prayer. The Lady tells us that it's not just something, prayer, it's not just something when other means of the apostolate fail, when we can't preach, when we can't teach, when we can't do external works of the apostolate. It's not just for the old and for the sick who can't do anything visible, external. No, prayer is a weapon that has to accompany all the other works of our apostolate, and it's the one most essential, most indispensable of all weapons. Prayer, Our Lady says, is not a substitute for direct action. It is an apostolic weapon whose effectiveness far surpasses that of any exterior activity. She uses herself as an example. She speaks to us saying, I cooperated with Jesus in the work of redemption. How? I never preached. I never directed the church. I never worked miracles during the Lord's life. But I did pray, and I did suffer. And in this way, Our Lady achieved more than anyone else, far more than any other apostles, far more than any of the apostles put together. Woe to the apostle, therefore, who does not pray. He spends himself and wearies himself and perhaps loses his own soul without doing any good to the souls of others. And if his activity seems to produce fruits of salvation, these fruits are due to the earnest prayers of some soul unknown to him and unaware of the good it is accomplishing, and therefore he himself will receive no reward for it. What is lacking in our apostolate, therefore, is not so much external deeds as apostolic prayer. When you wish to win a soul, Our Lady says, you think over the steps to be taken and the things to be said, and you do well. We have to think of these things out. When we argue for the faith, we have to know the faith. We have to be able to present the faith in a persuasive manner. We do well to prepare in this way. But do you apply yourself to prayer with even greater earnestness? Do you base your hope of success on God, to whom you pray, rather than on your own skill and persuasive power? Pray, and learn to pray more and more for the conversion and sanctification of souls. To each of your daily prayers and communions, add an apostolic intention. Transform your actions and sufferings into prayers by offering them to God through my hands for some special purpose according to my intentions. Offer up too all the masses said and all the rosaries prayed throughout the whole world during the day. Pray for whom? For your parents and for all those who are dear to you. Pray for the church, for the Pope, for the bishops and priests, for all the missionaries and the apostles around the world. Pray in particular for those who, like yourself, have assembled under my banner to hasten the advent of the kingdom of Jesus by hastening the advent of mine. Pray for those to whom you have sought to do good, that this good may remain. Pray for those to whom you should have done good, that your prayer may repair your negligence. Pray for those whom you will meet in the course of the day, so that you may do them all the good which God wants you to do them. Pray before taking any action, so that God grants it the success which He desires. Pray when action looms up difficult before you, so that your prayer compensates for your weakness. Pray even when all seems easy, lest relying on your natural skill, you should produce no supernatural results. Pray during your activities so that God continues to act through you. Pray after your actions to thank God if you have succeeded, or to beg Him to accomplish His work nevertheless if you seem to have failed, knowing that the more God compels you to pray, the more success He wishes to give you. Pray, and never stop praying. Then you will accomplish marvels through me and for me. To these words of Our Lady we respond with the faithful soul, O you, whose life was a ceaseless prayer for the glory of the Father, the mission of the Son, and the salvation of your children, teach me how to pray. Praised be Jesus and Mary.